Today, we're going to be working on Mom's MG. Howdy, y'all. It's been 2 weeks since an upload. It's been a little crazy since getting home from Power Tour. The OBS actually has some exciting new parts on the floor in the living room from Banks Performance. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, buddy.
We brought the big boat back from Arkansas after, I don't know if you follow us on Instagram, I posted a whole story on our adventures with the big boat. And the Malibu is back there. The lighting is jacked. Okay, here we go. The Malibu is back there. We had some boat activity in Arkansas when we tried to go relax. This big one was taking on a substantial amount of water. And now I will show you that footage of us trying to figure out where the water was coming from and then deciding to finally pull it out and not camp in it over the weekend, which is what we had prayed that we could do because we were craving that all week on Power Tour. We're just like, oh, but we're gonna get to go on the big boat and just check out. And then definitely see drips coming down from the back here.
There's your problem.
So you think it's the transom gasket?
I think so. It could be the bellows, but it looks like it's in between the outdrive and the transom.
And that looked like where those drips were, right?
On the inside it did.
Yeah.
So if we got any boat mechanics out there, let's have some fun.
Yeah, fun. Hey Finley, where are you going?
That's a lot of water.
Yeah. We had to load everything into the Malibu and go camp on an island where we were attacked by fire ants. But it was okay. We still enjoyed it.
It was still fun.
Getting a little insight into like me complaining, which doesn't happen very often.
It's been a week or 4.
Yes, it was tough. We got home and my grandparents, my precious grandparents, both had COVID. They are living back in the back of my parents' property in a really awesome, I'm not sure if y'all can see that back there. It's a little cottage back there at the back of my parents' property. And so we've been taking care of them. Today, though, we're gonna be working on Mom's MG. Our MG that we let Mom use.
She drives.
But she hasn't really gotten to drive it yet since we got it in operation because it sucked stuff up in the fuel tank and now it doesn't want to run well and the brakes are done. We've got brake parts ordered and now we gotta try and move it over into the shop so we can tinker with it.
It's hot.
Hop down, babe. Drop the top.
So we got a little bit of an issue. This doesn't work, does it? No. The choke is not working right. You've got to keep it partially on choke to make it run. And it is fidgety.
So when you get it cranked up, you can just drive through the grass and
Yeah.
around the Suburban.
choke is about halfway out. It shouldn't be like that.
Should we drive to the shop?
Still smells like varnish too.
Yeah, the gas does smell like nasty. Maybe we should try and drive it to the gas station and put fresh gas in it. Because it may be sucking from the bottom of the tank and getting nasty, gross stuff in there right now.
Right, we can always carry it back.
We can always just carry it home.
Get in the front, you get in the back. Put it on her shoulder. Okay. Right. Need to order like a low carb choke cable or something.
I wonder if Low Carb makes one. Well, they probably make like a
They'll make something that'll work.
universal one.
Choke is off right now and it's running.
Let's go put some good gas in it. We don't want to suck any more. That clutch is so funny. Come on, little lady.
That carb definitely needs work.
All right, just try to gas station. We have very few brakes, so.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, I love driving this little car, man.
It's the first time I've driven it.
Actually, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dude, this little car drives so awesome. It's like the love. It's small, it's peppy, it's, you know, it handles fun. I love it. It's so freaking cute, too. She's really dirty right now. Hi, y'all.
I was trying to keep it running. I was not trying to show off.
I know. That clutch takes some skill. Weird noise. Hi, John.
What's that noise?
Oh. There's a cat caught in here or something.
Hopefully they jump out.
Oh, there's Mom's hat. Now I'm really sporty. Oh, look how cute I am.
It's got dirty. Oh yeah, the brakes again.
Yep. Oh, so official? What? Oh, so freaking cute.
I don't know that this was a good choice.
It's really busy. Yes. Made it. She's gonna be happy with some new gas in her.
Yeah, it should help.
This is exciting. Baby girl. She needs a bath again. She's so sweet. Ooh, it's stinky. Ooh, she's getting the good stuff. Dang. What? I hope it takes a lot more than 2.5 gallons.
Oh, it was on half a tank, so.
Oh, it was? Dang it, I wanted it to be really low so that... Are you serious?
Good.
So, we've assumed that it sucks stuff up into the carburetor, but it was still on half a tank, so is that less likely that it sucks stuff in the carburetor with it being at half a tank?
I think there's just a lot of junk in the tank.
You want to sell it?
No.
It's not worth anything.
Trying to cringe the lady in that Escalade said, I drove one of those in high school and my husband's looking for me one. Like, yeah, same for my mom. Come on, little lady. We gave you the good stuff.
He's flooded. We got him, though.
Yeah.
It's gonna go.
Bless my heart.
Just gotta know how to work it.
Oh, you know how to work it. You do. Isn't she fun to drive?
Yeah, it's like a go-kart. Pretty much the same thing.
It's way smoother than a go-kart. Sounds like she's having problems.
Oh yeah.
Girls, the MG's back. I know, the 300ZX is like, really? You're gonna work on that again? And I'm just waiting? She's being patient. Shut these dang doors and get the AC cooling off in here. The AC in the shop stays cooler than in our house. But we spend more time out here than we do in our house, so it's fitting. Oh, this little car is so sweet. But kind of not sweet.
Sweet. And kind of pain in the butt.
So our plan is to pull the wheels and tires off on all four corners. We started on the brake job and then we found out that we needed more parts because Aaron got this passenger side apart. Remind me, it's like my side was on the wheel cylinder.
Oh, you have to ask the audience for that. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it was like it's been too long. It's been a month, 2 months.
All I know is I ordered every single part that this car has on for brakes.
Okay, so yeah, it was like I went to replace this wheel cylinder and something stripped out or something happened where it was like, we've got to replace so much. And then Aaron got this one apart. You had it really disassembled.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a lot of brake work to do. So we're going to take the wheels and tires off on all four corners, get her all jacked up and secure, and then do brake work because she needs stopping power. And then after that, we'll kind of address her running funny and maybe clean the carb out again.
Yeah, I think it stopped up again.
Shop Dog, what do you think?
The dog doesn't know anything. He's a dog.
Oh, he knows naps.
Yeah.
All right, she's in the air. Jack stands in place. Safe-ish.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
All right, my wheels and tires are off. I think my next mission is I'm gonna start tinkering with the front brakes. I just got a bunch of our parts out and on the ground, and we've got calipers and rotors for those front little tiny baby disc brakes. So I'm gonna spray some lubricant, penetrating lubricant. This freeze off from CRC we really like. So I'm gonna spray the big bolts down that hold the caliper onto the rotor on both sides so that hopefully those come off for me nice and easily. P.S. I'm not gonna act like I know what the heck I'm doing when it comes to all this stuff, because while I have done a handful of brake jobs, I've never worked on MGs, so it's always like a learning process as we dig into all these various cars that we find ourselves working on. Being a noob isn't gonna stop me. I will put some safety glasses on now. All right. This stuff is really cold when you use it and you touch the metal afterwards. The metal is super, super cold, so it makes sense how it like freezes it and breaks the rust. It's pretty gnarly. Okay, while I am putting off actually starting on the brakes here, I decided to look up on YouTube and see if there were any videos of people doing front brake jobs on these cars to see if there were any like little things about the project that I'm gonna run into, and turns out there absolutely are. I watched a guy's video, another husband-wife team. This channel's called NineCarGarage. I'll put them right there, and I'll also link their video in this video so y'all can watch it too. But he said that there is like this backing, locking plate nut situation at the back of the caliper bolts that if you don't know is there will drive you crazy trying to get the bolt out. So I'm so glad that I learned that. And I learned how this kind of comes apart, because replacing the pads inside the caliper and also the rotor, it all has to come apart. Like I have to take the cap off, I have to take the castle nut out, I have to pull it off of the hub and the spindle. So it all kind of has to be disassembled, and it was really good to kind of see how it all came apart. And you know, if you're here watching this video because you're getting ready to have to do this job on your MG, then welcome. We'll kind of sort of learn together, but I did just learn some things from watching his video. Thank you so much for that video, dude. So yeah, I think it's time to dig in. I'm gonna put some gloves on, put my safety glasses back on, and see about taking this thing apart. The headlight is gonna be a really important element to this job, because seeing up inside this wheel well is gonna be tricky. I'm gonna use this thing. The removable seat on the Viper chair, so I can have a place to sit. Nice. Okay. Let's check it out. You can't see anything, huh? Nope. Let me just take this brake line out. Okay, so it looks to me like this is the bracket that bolts the caliper on. And I think this is the tab that he's talking about. And I think it's already bent out. So like maybe the people that did the brakes previous to this didn't bend it against the bolt. It's kind of away from the bolt. So I think I'm gonna be able to take these bolts out and then the caliper should come off. But I'm gonna take these brake lines off first, then hopefully she'll come off. Making a mess. It's not really a solution. All right, both bolts are broken loose. Making progress, y'all. Okay, my bolts are out. This is how they came off. This is a little bracket that holds our brake line, and I'm gonna keep this kind of assembled so that I remember how it goes back. But Yeah. So, right now the caliper is just being held on by the piston squeezing the rotor. Not anymore. There she is, y'all. Woohoo! But it's time for me to take this cap off and take the castle nut off and then try and get this all separated. She's off. Time to take that cotter pin out and that castle nut. All this looks new, Aaron. Dang. I mean, the grease doesn't look super new, but that castle nut looks brand spanking new. Wow. And there was a lot of life left on those brakes. Got the cotter pin out. Now, should I try and separate these two while I still have it here on the spindle?
I don't have an answer for that.
Because, like, he had quite a time getting the two of these separated.
I was looking at it. I don't understand how it comes apart, so.
Well, he tried to use a press, and it broke his rotor.
I mean, my initial thought is I'll put it in the vise.
Right.
And then knock the hub off of the rotor.
Yeah.
But let's pull it off and we'll do it in the vise.
I think it's working though, babe.
Okay.
Because I did put some freeze off. When I saw that he struggled, I went and like sprayed the inner part of that seam down with freeze off so that I had a better chance of making them separate. Yeah, I'm separated. Oh yeah, freaking awesome. Okay, yeah, this is what like seized up for him. And I can tell how the freeze off like penetrated in here. Like, see where it's all wet there? That's so cool. Okay, so now we pitch this, we grab this, because we're not changing any of these bearings in here, right?
No, we don't have them. Good job figuring it out.
Hey, thanks, my lover. Well, I mean, I watched a video, so.
Well, but that's figuring it out.
Yeah, that's true.
You put it back on, you get about 3 Duggas.
Very carefully slide it back on the spindle. Castle nut back on. That looks pretty, Aaron. Wow.
2 parts.
Cotter pin. There it is. Okay, popping open a fresh can of this grease from Kindle. All right, ready for the other side, and let's see about getting this dang old caliper on. Put some fresh pads in it. Yeah. Hello, gorgeous. It's time to see if we can reinstall it. As y'all know, our newest partner is Permatex. And it's really exciting because we use thread locker. It's a constant in the shop. I'm gonna use blue on these bolts, which I just cleaned off with some Brakleen. CRC. You guys know that Brakleen is so much more than just for brakes. So I cleaned my threads off. They're nice and shiny now. And I'm gonna put some blue thread locker on there and pop those bad boys back in. Fine. You gonna slide on here for me nicely? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, y'all. Mm-hmm. Okay, time for this brake line to go back in the back. And this is a hose that we replaced recently. That's why it's so nice and fresh.
If I bent like that, I'd be down there for 2 weeks.
It's like not wanting to start in the back of this caliper. Hold on. It like rotates one thread and then it stops. Doing the same thing on this one?
Mm-hmm.
It just tightens up after one thread.
I think it's just a bad casting. I think it'll go. I want a small ratchet
Okay.
because I really need to be able to feel it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll work.
That's awesome. Alrighty, time to tighten these bolts down. Alrighty, gave the ugga duggas to those bolts on the passenger side, got that cinched down, and now I'm going to zip through the driver's side. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. All right, the front brakes, I believe, are done. Boy, this thing was pressing into my forehead. Dang it. Yes, so I think the front brakes are done. I will have to see how they work. Of course, bleed them before they actually operate. They've got new parts on them. Well, I finished the front brakes, and the next day we moved on to the back brakes. And I would love to report that that was an easy job, but it wasn't. Aaron got his side done, and then we moved over to the driver's side, and I thought that I was just gonna slide the drum on. But then I was like, oh, the shoes are keeping the drum from going on. Let me just twist this adjuster bolt thing to get the shoes in. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that was stripped out. So because that's stripped out, it's in this backing plate, and the dang thing is just a total punk. It's
stripped out because it's locked in there. And I've used the torch. I've done everything I can possibly think of to just loosen it up, and it's not working.
So if you guys have any tricks or knowledge of these adjuster bolts that are in the rear brakes, then shout us down below. We've looked for one to buy a new backing plate new. We can't find one, so there may be like a source for used parts that we could tap into.
You might have one.
Or you may have some kind of solution. Who knows? But I'm going to wrap this episode here. In the morning, we are jumping on an airplane to go to Wisconsin for the Iola Car Show. I will be doing 3 days of on-camera host type work there. So if you're going to be at the Iola Car Show, be sure to say hi. We will be doing Facebook Lives and Instagram coverage of that awesome car show and swap meet. We went last year and loved it, and they asked us to come back. So we will be going back and flying out tomorrow. So yeah, that's our scoop, and we're wrapping this episode here, and we'll see y'all on the next episode, which I already have a bunch of footage for, but it's us struggling with the back brakes. So you'll see that soon. Love y'all.